Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Creative Writing Club, where we dive deep into the world of literary devices. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of alliteration. Alliteration is a powerful tool that writers use to add rhythm, mood, and emphasis to their writing. Let's jump right in and discover how this literary device can enhance your prose and poetry. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of closely connected words. This repetition creates a musical effect, making the text more memorable and engaging. It's commonly used in poetry, prose, speeches, and even everyday language. But why is alliteration so effective? Alliteration works by drawing attention to specific phrases, making them stand out in the reader's mind. It can also create a particular mood or tone, depending on the sounds being repeated. For example, soft sounds like S can evoke a sense of serenity, while harsher sounds like T or K can create a sense of tension or urgency. By carefully choosing the sounds you repeat, you can subtly influence the reader's emotions and reactions. Let's look at some classic examples of alliteration in literature. One of the most famous uses of alliteration is found in Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Raven. The line, and the silken sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain uses alliteration to create a haunting and melancholic atmosphere. The repetition of the S sound mimics the whispering and rustling of the curtains, drawing readers into the eerie and mysterious setting of a poem. Poe's masterful use of alliteration enhances a poem's rhythm and deepens its emotional impact. Another great example is found in William Shakespeare's Macbeth. In the line, fair is foul, and foul is fair, hover through the fog and filthy air. The repetition of the F sound adds to the ominous and foreboding tone of the play. This use of alliteration not only underscores a theme of moral ambiguity, but also creates a sense of unease and disorientation. Shakespeare often used alliteration to emphasize key themes and emotions in his works, making his plays more powerful and memorable. The strategic repetition of consonant sounds helps convey the characters' inner turmoil in the chaotic world they inhabit. Moving on to more contemporary literature, we have J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. In the phrase, Slytherin students slid silently, the alliteration not only adds a rhythmic quality, but also helps to paint a vivid picture of a scene. The S sound here evokes a sense of stealth and secrecy, fitting the characteristics of Slytherin House. Rowling's use of alliteration is subtle yet effective, contributing to the magical and immersive quality of her storytelling. This technique allows readers to engage more deeply with the text, as the repetitive sounds echo the actions and traits of the characters. Alliteration is not limited to poetry and prose, it's also prevalent in advertising and branding. For example, brand names like Coca Cola and Best Buy use alliteration to make their names more catchy and memorable. The repetition of consonant sounds help these names stick in consumers' minds, demonstrating the power of alliteration beyond traditional literature. This technique is a testament to how alliteration can create a lasting impact, whether in a literary masterpiece or a commercial slogan. In music and song lyrics, alliteration is widely used to enhance the lyrical quality of songs. For instance, in the song Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, the repetition of the S sound in the chorus adds to the song's catchy, rhythmic quality. Alliteration in music can create a playful, engaging listening experience, making the lyrics more enjoyable and memorable. This cross-genre application of alliteration shows its versatility and effectiveness in various forms of expression. By exploring these examples, we can see how alliteration enriches language, adds depth to storytelling, and resonates with audiences across different media platforms. Now that we've seen some examples, let's analyze the impact of alliteration on the reader. Alliteration can enhance the musicality of a text, making it more enjoyable to read aloud. This is why it's often used in poetry and speeches, where the sound of words is just as important as their meaning. Alliteration also helps to create a sense of cohesion and unity within a text. By repeating the same sounds, writers can link ideas and concepts together, making the writing feel more connected and harmonious. This technique is particularly useful in branding and advertising,
where catchy phrases and slogans need to stick in the audience's mind. Furthermore, alliteration can emphasize specific words or phrases, drawing the reader's attention to important details. This can be especially powerful in the persuasive writing, where you want to highlight key arguments or points. By using alliteration strategically, you can make your writing more impactful and memorable. So, how can you effectively incorporate alliteration into your own writing? Here are some tips to get you started. Number 1. Start with a strong concept. You should begin with a clear idea of what you want to emphasize or convey. Think about the mood or tone you want to create, and choose consonant sounds that match that feeling. For example, if you're writing a suspenseful scene, you might use sharp, staccato sounds to build tension. Use alliteration sparingly. While alliteration can be powerful, it is important not to overdo it. Too much alliteration can make your writing feel forced or gimmicky. Use it strategically to highlight key moments of details, rather than trying to cram it into every sentence. Combine alliteration with other literary devices. Alliteration works well when combined with other literary devices like imagery, metaphors, and similes. By using a mix of techniques, you can create a rich, multi-layered prose that engages a reader on multiple levels. Experiment with different combinations to see what works best for your style and subject matter. Read your work aloud. Since alliteration relies heavily on sound, it's a good idea to read your work aloud as you write. This will help you to hear how the repeated sounds flow together and ensure that your alliteration enhances rather than detracts from your writing. Pay attention to the rhythm and cadence of your sentences, making adjustments as needed to create a smooth and pleasing auditory experience. Now, let's put these tips into practice with some exercises. Try writing a few sentences or a short paragraph using alliteration. Focus on different consonant sounds and see how they change the feel of your writing. Here are a couple prompts to get you started. Number 1. Describe a stormy night using alliteration with the R and T sounds. And number 2. Write about a peaceful morning in the garden using alliteration with the S and M sounds. Here are a few more examples to get you started. Number 1 deals with stormy night. The raging rain roared through the relentless storm, tearing trees and turning the tranquil town into turmoil. And number 2, peaceful morning. The soft sunlight shimmered through the silent morning mist, serenading the sleepy meadow with a symphony of serenity. Please share your sentences in the comments below. I'd love to see how you use alliteration in your own writings. Before we wrap up with this video, let's explore a few more examples of alliteration across different genres and mediums. This example deals with Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. In children's literature, alliteration is often used to make the text more engaging and fun to the reader, especially children. Dr. Seuss's books are filled with alliteration, like in Green Eggs and Ham, with lines like Sam, I am. To summarize, alliteration is a repetition of sound in two or more words, usually in close proximity to one another. Alliteration is often used in entertaining poetry, like in many of Dr. Seuss's books for children. However, it can also be done in traditional poetry to make a poem flow better, have a stronger structure, and stand out as a musical piece of writing. Furthermore, alliteration can be as simple as two paired words that start with the same sound. For example, tongue twist, lose lips, or Peter Piper. If you want to add a bit more of a challenge for yourself in your writing, you can make the alliterative string even harder to say by adding more words such as tricky tongue twist, or last lose lips, or Peter Piper picked. Remember that it is the sound of the letter and not the letter itself in alliteration. For example, joke and giant are alliterations of one another because they share the same j sound. Keep your audience in mind as you write and revise. If you're writing a nonsensical children's poem, don't use too many big or difficult words. You want your audience to understand your poetry, so write in a way that will be comprehensible to that audience. For added effect, you may want to make your poem rhyme. However, rhyming alliterations can be difficult, and it may end up making your poem sound too old-fashioned. That's it for today's exploration of alliteration. I hope you found these insights and tips helpful. Alliteration is a versatile and powerful tool that can add rhythm, emphasis, and mood to your writing. So, go ahead, experiment with different consonant sounds, and see how alliteration can elevate your prose and poetry. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll never miss an update. And leave a comment below with your favorite examples of alliteration or share your own alliterative sentences. Thanks for watching and happy writing!